guys, I'm Sage Valentine and I'm back to do another review of CBS's Big Brother Season 20, episode number 29, so let's just get down to it. A lot of people want JC to be expelled from the game for his antics. That's not going to happen, so don't waste your breath. A lot of people don't have the feeds, so they only see one side of JC. They see the funny and silly side of JC. They don't see what the feed watchers see. And unless they go scouring through social media, they don't see the clips of what he's done. When it came down to that situation between him and Bailey, people were more angry about what Bailey said than what he said. Some people went as far as to say that he should be able to say what he said because of what Bailey said. And when he made that comment about Bailey going ratchet, nothing was done or said to him. When he's constantly being rude to production, when they asked him to stop singing, nothing's really done. When he took the ice cream scoop and put it to, I believe it was Caitlyn and Casey's vulvas, nothing was done. When he's like grabbing people's crotches, nothing was done. When he's saying things about Rachel being a transsexual or transgendered is really the politically correct term, but he said transsexual. And when he hit Rachel in the face, nothing was done. So I cannot be surprised that really Big Brother is waiting for a player to say, okay, JC did this, that, and the other, and I want to complain about it instead of intervening. I don't know what somebody has to do in these last couple seasons after season 14 to get evicted from this house, because I feel like these players are just allowed to do whatever they want, and if you are not fully abreast of what's going on as far as the TV show is concerned and the feeds, then you'll just think that people are being emotional and hysterical over nothing. But honey, where there's smoke, there's fire, and trust me, there's a lot going on with JC, and he actually kissed Tyler and was kind of all up on Tyler while he was sleeping. So much so that Tyler now feels uncomfortable and does not want JC anywhere near him when he's asleep. And JC opened up the bathroom door and held it open and tied it open, despite the fact that Haley was kind of yelling for him to stop and she was laughing nervously. But really, being a Big Brother fan, she's seen what has happened to players the past few years when other players have done things to them and they fuss about it and then that person is evicted out of the house. So Haley said today that she didn't want to be the person to get JC in trouble, meaning she didn't want to get evicted because she called him out. And that's not how it should work in Big Brother. These players should be allowed to complain about what somebody else is doing and how it's making them uncomfortable. They shouldn't have to walk on eggshells in this house at all. But that's the end of my TED Talk on that. So it's day 69. Casey didn't use the veto. I'm not surprised. She doesn't care who goes home. Fessy still thinks he did a good job as HOH. And he thought by doing what he did, he and Haley would not see the block. Poor Fessy. Haley is so confused about how she can campaign against Fessy without hurting Fessy. Meanwhile, Fessy is more worried about what will happen between him and Haley outside of the house and if this whole relationship is real. And he tells her, you know what, you do what you have to do for your game, do what's best for your game. And Haley says, you know what, I'm going to pursue our relationship outside of the game. And then Haley mentions the idea of a battle back, and I guess she did that so that it could kind of cheer Fessy up so that he could work hard to win said battle back or possible battle back. Brett and Tyler got their own little segment where they basically made a final two deal, which added up to like final two deal number 905 for Tyler at this point. I mean, quite a few of the people that he made a final two deal with are no longer in the house, but still. I've never seen a player with this many final two deals. I feel like it's all going to blow up in his face, and I'm not even making a joke about it. I do feel like that's what's going to happen. Tyler reveals to us and to Brett that he's not that tight with Angela. He tells us he's here to win, and if he has to cut Angela, then he'll do it. And he thinks that she's cute. Then he looks at the camera and he says 4 final 2 deals and rolls his eyes. Casey knows about the battle back, and she shared her information with level 4+2. The reason why I know this is because I was on Facebook this week and I was looking at one of the posts. And this person was at the top and they were complaining. They said, listen, Big Brother, can you stop giving information to level 6's side of the house? Because it's giving them an unfair advantage. Like, how in the hell does Casey know about the battle back? And a lot of people agreed with said person when they said that. And I agree as well. Like, how does Casey know about the battle back? Like, come on now. JC decides that it's time for him to plan to make it to the end of this game. And in doing so, he needs to start targeting people on his side. So he's talking to Tyler and he says, you know what? You and I should split up Casey and Angela. We need to get one of them out of this house. And Tyler said, no, I'm not going to do it. Not over Haley. And JC's like, listen, Haley has no one in this house. And you know what? JC's right. Haley doesn't have anyone in the house. But Tyler won't listen. JC then goes to Brett and says, listen, Brett, if I win HOH, I think I'm going to put up Sam and Haley. But he also manages to convince Brett that Casey and Angela are going to come after him and Brett because I guess they're at the bottom of level 4+2. And Brett tells him, you know what, there might be a battle back, and if there is one, then he is screwed. Then we get to the live vote and eviction. We get to hear everybody's statements. Fessy's statement was that he has nothing but love for Haley. He looked at Angela and called her spoon-fed, said that she drives around, and I believe it was a Range Rover with a fake engagement ring. And he said she thinks she's all that. He's like, I promise you, you're not all that. He tells Sam that Angela wanted him to make Sam the target. And he said that Angela says that she has all of them on leashes, meaning that she runs them. He even threw Tyler into the equation. Really, I think he did that so that he would be voted out of the house because he knew he was going to go anyway, so he just didn't even care. Haley said she's grateful to meet everyone and know everyone and grateful for the experience and able to see things from different perspectives, and she's not ready to leave the game. So it gets down to a vote of 4-1. 4 votes coming from Tyler, Brett, JC, and Casey. 1 vote coming from Sam, and Fessy is gone. I commend Sam, though, because this is the second person who she was really close with that she did not cast a vote to evict. She did not evict Bailey. She did not evict Fessy because she was very close to them and she is a lady of her word. So Fessy's talking to Julie Chen and he said it was a little bit true as far as his eviction statement. Well, the statement before the live eviction. He tried to stir stuff up so that they would take a shot at Angela. The only part that wasn't true was the part about Tyler. Fessy was surprised that both he and Haley were nominated. Really, he was surprised that he was nominated alongside of Haley. He didn't think he was going to be nominated at all. He said when he got in the house, he didn't know how he was going to play, but he knew that he was going to stick it out and ride until the wheels fell off. He didn't want to answer the question about whether or not he was going to use the veto, if he won the veto on himself or Haley. And that put a big question mark over my head because I'm like, don't you like Haley? And haven't you been saving Haley? So that means that you would have used the veto to save yourself. Is that what I'm getting to? Is that what I'm picking up here? Fessy said he realized he shouldn't have sent Scottie home. But he said that he was looking forward to seeing everybody in the jury house. So he got to see the goodbye messages. JC said he has low energy. You were my friend and see you soon. JC has been doing nothing but trying to butter up the jury members. And I think that is a pretty awesome strategy, because Angela and Brett did nothing but piss off the early jury members. So it's pretty brilliant for JC to do that. Unfortunately, I don't think JC realizes that the jury members are going to see their tapes and they're going to see what JC did and has done and has been doing. Casey said there can only be one football player in the house, and I think Fessy said something about, wow, this is the first competition you won, and here she goes with the football comment or something to that effect. Haley said she can't believe that he is leaving her all alone and that he was her only person in the game. And honestly, I really looked at Fessy's face while she was talking, and he didn't even have an expression on his face. He was just looking at her stone face like he didn't trust her. It was a weird thing to watch. Fessy says in his life he doesn't have a lot of regrets, so he really doesn't have a lot of regrets in the game, I guess, other than getting rid of Scottie. And Julie reveals to him that the battle back is happening. And then she tells the house guests about the battle back. And my mom was asking me, she was like, you know, why is Angela sitting there in a dress? And I was like, you know, Angela can't play in the HOH competition. So that's why she's just sitting there in a dress and heels. And the cool thing about this battle back, I'm so glad Big Brother quarantined the house guests from the battle back players, because I hated those years where it was like the battle back and the HOH competition all in one. I hated that. And Big Brother would not allow the house guests to watch the competition. They would have to wait until the winner walked into the house, basically, and revealed themselves. So we got to a jury segment, finally, after like 900 years, CBS and Big Brother. Bailey is doing well. She hoped that Tyler was next to come into the jury house, but it turned out to be Rockstar. She showed up with a video, revealed that she was evicted during Haley's HOH because of the hacker competition. It's a hacker competition twist. There we go. Bailey fussed with Rockstar about telling Tyler about the answer during the veto competition. And then Rockstar and Bailey were really shocked that Scottie popped up as the third jury member, and the fact that he went on the block during Fessy's HOH blew their minds. Bailey said that if she goes back into the house, she would go after Tyler. They all look so happy together when they are. Scottie, Rockstar, and Bailey look fantastic. They look hydrated. They look like they got a good night's sleep. They look calm and zen. They all look good. And when Julie Chen asked them who did they think was the fourth juror, they all got it wrong, because as we know, it was Fessy, and then they all hugged each other, and that was so sweet. Bailey made a really funny comment and question when she said, why is the whole hive here? And I'm trying to figure that out myself. Well, Scottie won the battle back competition, and honestly, I was not really happy about that. And the reason I wasn't happy about that is because I knew as soon as Scottie won, I knew he was going to go right back and cozy back on up with Tyler. I did not get a good feeling about him coming back. Honestly, I didn't get a good feeling about anybody returning, because with these battle back things, it's always like a revolving door like this, where the person comes in, they don't win HOH, and then they end up going out. I feel like if Fessy had been able to return to the game, I feel like he would have learned from his lesson. I feel like Bailey would have done something different. Hell, if Rockstar could have won, she would have done something different. But Scottie, I have a bad feeling about Scottie, and I hope that I am wrong. Scottie got back into the house, and he said something to the house guests like rated R for redemption, and they're so happy to see him, allegedly. Angela was kind of sitting in the background all quiet, and I was just looking at these house guests like, if Scottie doesn't win this HOH, he's on his way out. All in all, tonight's episode was alright. It was much better than the other episodes from before. I really wanted a longer jury segment because I could care less about the JC segments. I've been saying that since the season began. I could care less about him, and after all that he's done so far this season, Big Brother can cut his little segments down, or at least show him how he is to the public who does not have the feeds, because when you watch Big Brother, if you don't have the feeds, you don't get to see everything. So you get a myopic view of the show. I should know this because for years I had a myopic view of the show from just watching it on TV until I started watching the feeds. And I'm like, well, this person looks nice on TV, but they look like an asshole on the feeds. So it is what it is. But I'll be back on Sunday to review episode 30. On Wednesday, I will be back to review episode 31, Thursday, 32, Sunday, 33. Then that next Wednesday, the review will be late. The Thursday, it'll be on time, and that Sunday, it'll be on time as well. That's as far as how it goes for this, like, filming my review schedule at this point. But, you guys take care. I had to get this review done. I was like super duper like tired and out of it. But I knew you guys would be waiting for this. So just let me know how you felt about tonight's episode and everything. And I think I just kicked the table, so I'm sorry if the camera moved. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you Sunday. Bye, guys. Love you all. Bye.